perspective and also understand and appreciate the value of Trojan family. And I stand here before you to say we have 1,200 strong global supply chain alums, many of them now leading top companies globally, representing the Marshall community as well as the USC Trojan family. So a round of applause to all the graduates. So I'm always passionate about what Jin mentioned, the concept that we tagged near, bringing the supply chain excellence through network education and applied research. And I think it's truly phenomenal when we look back as a young program coming into it in a space where we had about 2 decades of program excellence by many of our competitive educational institutions, such as Georgia Tech, Michigan, MIT, Arizona State, and others. We stand today here talking at the 12th Annual Global Supply Chain Excellence Summit that we ranked both our on-campus and online program in the top tier, in top 5, in the most global polls. And I am so proud of all my faculties, the staff, and everyone else, and students, of course, to build the legacy of excellence in educational institutes. So thank you very much. However, it would be remiss to stand here and say this is done without having an incredible support from my board, support from my advisory board, and support from individuals that believe in this dream and supporting that. In 2021, we celebrated one of the critical milestones for the Institute with a generous gift of $20 million, which was the 3rd largest gift in the USC Marshall's history, that bestowed upon the Institute, which was a center of excellence into the Institute known as the Randall R. Kendrick Institute. And that is certainly an inflection point that I cherish and see the horizon over the next decade or 2 of that excellence continuing on to the legacy. So let me share a story. Imagine a Trojan driving with the young kids in the car, getting stopped at the rail crossing. And this rail crossing was actually passing through a train that is double stacked. And for those of you who have experience, those are long trains, the freight trains, right, that go on for a while. So this Trojan actually started to wonder where the heck all these containers are going. At some point, these containers have to be unloaded and stored and somehow placed in the warehouses, right? Through his imaginations and research and passion, decided that that requires a massive amount of warehousing and logistics clusters. That curiosity, fast forward today, continues on to an organization known as the ZBAC, leads the global footprints of warehousing network and logistics clusters. Not to mention one of the most visionary project of the century, what I would call, is 50 square miles in a Texas triangle to build the smart cities and a 50 million square feet of advanced manufacturing logistics center, AMLC. I am so thrilled that this individual not only inspires the generation within the supply chain space and building the infrastructure in the country, he happened to be our endowing donor known as Randall R. Kendrick. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Randy Kendrick. Randy, come on up.
Well, good morning. Welcome. I can't believe how many faces I see out here.
This thing has grown so much since we originally got involved, and just want to thank Nick and the entire team at the Institute for the wonderful job that they do in building a first-class educational experience. It's an absolute honor to back this institute. USC gave me an education that allowed me to, I was in the right place at the right time. I graduated in '86. Globalization was just taking hold. LA Harbor, and they were just starting to build Terminal Island. And this school taught me how to develop real estate, which was my dream. And today we have the opportunity to build something very, very special in the heart of Texas. And we're very excited about it. Nick will talk later about the AMLC, the Advanced Manufacturing and Logistics Campus, 3,500 acres, 50 million square feet. It'll have its own dedicated rail yard, highly automated, both handling intermodal and rail classification and storage. So a very, very unique project. But beyond that, we have 50 square miles. So we're going to build a city the size of San Francisco. And our target is to build the first carbon neutral, fully sustainable metro in the United States, which is an incredibly exciting opportunity. But again, without the education the USC gave me, none of that would have been possible. So, 40 years after I graduated, I was standing on a site and I looked at it, and one of my heroes is Don Bren of the Irvine Company, who developed the Irvine Company. And I looked at it and I said, I don't know if I can garner the resources, but I know how the place run, because I watched Don Bren for 40 years do what he did in Irvine. So we're just starting out. It's going to be, I got to live to 100 because it's going to take 40 years to do it. So work with the gerontology group here at USC, see what we can do. But anyway, you're in for a great conference. I know that for sure. Nick does a great job every year, and the staff at the Institute are just knock it out of the park every year. I love the fact we're in Long Beach. I love the campus at USC, but that the port of the LA and Long Beach port is really the heartbeat of the containerized cargo flow into the United States. And so anyway, with that said, again, welcome, and have a great time over the next couple of days.